Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your weekly reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. If you're watching this reading was meant to find you. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Sagittarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. We start with the Prince of Swords, a fixed air energy, all right? I think you're someone who, you don't change your mind easily, right? It takes a lot to convince you that something isn't what you perceive it to be, what you think that it is, okay? There may be an Aquarius person that's very important to you in your life, okay? Or there will be, all right? This is the card, the fixed air energy is that Aquarius energy, yeah. I feel as if you have made a decision and you're sticking to it. Nothing's going to change your mind. There are no factors. Nothing could influence you to decide otherwise. It doesn't matter, come hell or high water, this is it, right? And you have that ability. It's like you're that arrow, right? Shot from the bow that once it leaves the bow, right? Once you let go of that arrow, there's no bringing it back, right? There's no changing its course, so let's hope that we've aimed correctly, you know. And this is kind of that confidence that says, I've made a decision, and that's it. I can't take it back, right? That I believe something, I've decided something, and I'm just hoping that I aimed correctly, and that I used enough force, that my trigonometry was correct, and it's going to hit the target, right? Well, let's see what that target might be, all right? Let's see what else is going on in your life. We're going to put this card into some context with our Dove and Serpent spread. Now we got a print, look at that. Now we have a Prince of Pentacles with very strong Taurus energy. This is kind of saying that you've made that decision, and now you've got to do the work, right? Now you've got to build the thing, okay? So this is kind of, this is us letting the arrow loose, and then this is the results of that, okay? This is what it's going to bring to us. It's basically Spirit's way of saying, look, you've committed to this, you've got to build it and see it through and see what's going to become of it. We have that Moon card. Maybe it was an arrow shot in the dark, right? Well, there's the Six of Swords. There's a Knight of Wands and a Two of Swords. I like that. I think these are very good court cards, especially this Knight of Wands, because it's kind of showing like we know it's going to be a lot of work, you know, that you've looked into the future and you said, yeah, I know it's going to take a lot of effort. It's like you've developed a really good plan for something, and now you're executing that plan, and it seems like you've thought of everything, right? But if there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know in the comments. All right, let's finish up Path of the Serpent. What is it that we really need to know today? We've got that Lust or Strength card. We've got the Sun card. We've got the Adjustment card and the Queen of Cups. Really, I think this is Spirit's way of saying you've thought of just about everything, right? The only thing that you have to do now is to keep from changing your mind. Keep this air energy very contained. See, this Two of Swords is right at the very center of the table today. This is what it's all about. Not believing that a different path would have been better for you. Not believing that if you would have just shot your arrow a little bit this way, things would have been easier or better or have been more productive. No, I think that these miracles are happening now. You're going to get the reinforcement that you made the right choice. Okay, that's a big confirmation, right? Look at these major arcana. These are spectacular major arcana, especially when we're starting off with this Moon card. Yeah. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. And we're going to set it down right here. We're going to put Alien, Simon Mork, Ripley, round of applause for ASMR. Now, we're not going to look at that card until the very end, okay? But it will tie everything together. And it will give us the confirmation that we need if you have a prediction for that card. Put it in the comments down below this video. Let's do it together, right? Let's use our intuition, okay? Let's look around the room. We have our major here, major. Very interesting major arcana, right? Because the moon card is sort of that shot in the dark, right? It's the taking a step into the dark, scary forest. You've leapt into the unknown, okay? You have planned as much as you could, but then you took that unknown step. And that, to me, that really feels like that's life. That's how it should be, right? If you know everything, if it's so predictable, it's not worth doing. So no matter how well you plan for something and you prepare for something, something worthwhile is always going to feel like a moon card, like we're stepping through a doorway where we can't see the other side. I've calculated as much as I could. We've had as much preparation as possible, but it's always this unknown journey. Because it's sort of like you're doing something new. You're taking a step forward in a positive direction. You're not going backwards. You're not doing something that's already familiar and predictable. You're doing something unknown, right? Something big. It's a risk. It's always a risk, right? Life is a series of calculated risks. But then this darkness, right? This uncertainty, this unpredictability is giving way to light and heat and balance, right? Giving away to light and heat anyway here. The Sun card, the Lust or Strength card. If you continue on this path, it's going to become maybe not so familiar, maybe not easy, but it's going to become not so unknown or dark or confusing, right? The light, here's the light is dawning, right? This is a new moon energy, darkness, right? I can't see very much out here. But see, the Sun card is foreshadowed in the moon card because of this little tiny solar disk at the bottom. It's saying if you step into this, you're bringing the light. It may seem dark now, but as soon as you enter the room, you're going to be able to see what's there, okay? And so with all of your preparation and all of your planning, it's still this kind of risk, you know? Once you advance, once you keep going a little ways, you'll get that confirmation and that reassurance. And I think that you'll get the clarity and the light will dawn, and you'll see that this was the exact right decision for you, okay? That's a big confirmation. And I think that it's going to build your confidence. It's going to continue to provide benefits for you. All right, so we have our major. Of course, we have fire. We've got water up here. You've got air, and air. And the horizontal path, the way forward for you, is to realize that you've done the planning, you've shot the arrow, and now you cannot try to bring the arrow back or push it aside or somehow alter its course. Unlike a real arrow, you could change things. You could fall back on your decision or change course, right? You could alter things. You could mess with things now. Okay, it's not literally an arrow, right? So you can alter things. You can meddle in it and alter its course, but you're being told to let that arrow fly in that chosen direction, do the work, take the steps, follow the plan. If this is the plan being executed, this is you following it exactly right to the best of your ability. Okay. So we have this movement of air energy forward, But this is where we reach a little bit of an obstacle with that Two of Swords. I don't think it's really an obstacle. Okay. I think it's just it's Spirit's way of saying, don't change your mind. Have some peace. Rest assured, really. Rest assured that you made the right decision, and now you just have to keep going and do the hard work. And it'll be great, right? Those miracles are happening. So we've got all that air energy. And then, of course, our Prince of Pentacles is the earth energy that you need, which is really taking all of this plan, and it's building it, it's putting it into motion. It's acting on that. It's doing the physical labor, right? The fixed earth, the Taurus energy. This is the builder, right? The Prince of Pentacles. You're being told to execute the plan, stay confident in your decision, and keep moving forward through the unknown, through the uncertainty. This is going to be spectacular, okay? Everything is going to be revealed to you. All of your doubts are going to be just burned away by this bright sun and this very, very hot, passion for the thing. Very fixed, both of these, right? No room for doubts or for changing your mind. In other words, the courage of the Lust card is entering into this moon energy. Okay? And that's what's being called for now. Your courage. You've shot the arrow, do the work, don't change your mind, have some peace, rest assured that it's going to be fine, but you have to be brave and enter into this unknown. You have to keep doing the work and keep moving forward to get the confirmation and the revelation of the success of the outcome that you're looking for. Okay, and so we have that fix. Just keep doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? Have some peace of mind. Have a little bit of calm confidence that you're doing the right thing. But the Moon card is very difficult because it's this feeling inside of you that you don't really know what's here. The path forward is still dark. It's this feeling of uncertainty. It's this feeling kind of fear. And it's underneath the surface. I think if you're not a little bit scared, you're not doing something right. You got to have a little bit of this nervousness, this fear, really, of every step I take is a step into darkness. And yes, once you get there, the light will dawn, your eyes will adjust, you'll see everything. Okay, cool. Then you take another step into darkness. Every moment is a step into the unknown, right? And sometimes this card is a paralyzing fear. Sometimes this is just a generalized fear in life where somebody is just, we used to call these kind of people a scaredy cat. They're sort of scared of their own shadow. They don't want to do anything in life. They don't want to move. They can't, and it's really, I've had glimpses of this in my life, I'll be honest with you, where we don't want to do a single thing. Because, I don't want to go to the grocery store. I've been to the grocery store before. Yeah, but that was then, this is now. Right? Every moment is a new moment. We're on the very threshold, the very outer edge of consciousness. It really is a remarkable thing to be alive, because every moment is a novelty. Every moment is a step into darkness. I don't know what's going to happen 2 seconds from now. I could predict it with relative certainty. I know that sometime in the next 24 hours the sun will rise. But I am not 100% absolutely certain of anything. Even if I've had this repetition, even if the sun has risen on this planet for billions of years or whatever, it seems relatively certain, yeah. I'd bet on it. I'd bet my life on it, probably. That's how sure I am. But there's no. It's always the next occurrence of something that is not guaranteed. Okay. And sometimes this is an existential crisis in us, where we just realize that we're in the outer reaches of space. We're going where no one has gone before, right? We don't know what to expect. So rather than the paralyzing fear of being alive, you're coming at it with gusto. You're coming at it with this lust energy down here, this passion, this courage. Okay? But I think that this is important because this is a doorway to the future. Every moment is a step into darkness. Right? Every moment is a sort of a calculated risk. Pretty sure the sun's going to rise, so I can base my life on that. You know, I can schedule things tomorrow because I feel like the world will still be here. Probably, you know. Probabilistically. So we have this underlying fear and this underlying uncertainty. And that is sort of, it's almost our way of knowing that we're doing something big. We know that this is important, right? We know that this is very significant for you. And we got that Six of Swords in the background. You've done the work. You've done the research. You've negotiated. You have planned. You have revised. You've planned and you've edited the plan, right? We go through many iterations, many versions of the plan. I think that you are someone who probably spent a lot of time considering what this choice was going to be and how it may play out. It's sort of all the calculations we do, all the math, right? Just I'm not very good at math, but I see just like Charlie Day with a whiteboard behind him, and there's all the math and all the strings and threads connecting everything, and he's just wild, you know. Always Sunny, wonderful show. I feel like that's sort of where we've been with it. We've done all of these calculations, and the end result is, yeah, the sun's going to rise tomorrow. You know, we could have just guessed. We could have just said, yeah, probably. But you've done the math, and you said, I'm as sure as I'll ever be. I'm still kind of scared. I can still feel my heart thumping in my chest as I take this step into the unknown, but I'm doing it with confidence because you've prepared. You've done the math. Okay. So this was a decision for you that you're making now, or recently have made, or you're going to make it in the next couple days anyway. It's a decision that you have thought about. You have contemplated. You've done the math on it. Okay. So this is very reassuring. It's not just a risk. It's not just a foolish leap into the unknown. It's a calculated sort of risk. Yeah. And so rest assured, again, the peace of mind, the Two of Swords, right? The key word for this card is peace. It's peace. Don't be disturbed. Don't let your mind worry about it. Okay? You've done the math. And up here with the Knight of Wands, fire on fire. Okay. Fire on fire. I feel like you're somebody who you recognize that once you make the plan and you prepare, and then you sort of give yourself the green light, you've got to be all in. You don't want to sort of hesitate. You don't want to be nervous on the accelerator. You know, once if you're that confident, light turns green, you hit the gas. Full speed ahead. Rocket boosters activated. You're going. You're not just sort of timid, like easing across, just sort of slowly. You know, like someone who's just learning how to drive a car, and it's just kind of gas brake, and it's jerky, and it's. No, that kind of hesitation is not going to perform well. Let's say you are the archer, you know. You have to be confident. You have to let that arrow loose with confidence and not not hesitate to where you're sort of going to move. You're going to be all shaky, and then the arrow is just going to sort of flop down right in front of you, right? It's not going to go anywhere. Once you've made up your mind, once you've planned, once you've assessed everything, you've prepared as much as you could, the only thing left to do is rush forward, to trust your body and mind to perform well. Maybe this is a sport. Maybe you are doing some kind of archery or something. This could be anything like that. We've studied we've researched, we have the skill, and maybe even with some of these other cards, maybe we've practiced, I don't know, maybe we've rehearsed something, right? But then when it comes time for showtime, when it comes time to actually execute and do the thing, your conscious and unconscious mind, the horse and the rider, need to be one. Maybe, I don't know if you ride horses. Our daughter rides horses. We're lucky enough that she has taken some riding lessons, right? She really wanted to learn to ride a horse. And so it's very important that the horse trusts you, believes in you, right? And that you trust and believe in the horse too. And so if you're up on the horse and you're just shaking and you're kind of scared, the horse is going to get nervous and freak out too. So if you're confident, then it's like your body will be confident too. And we have to trust our body or our unconscious mind, or if this is sort of a heart and a mind together, or if it's some sort of performance. Let's say you're playing some kind of sport, any sport. Any kind of big moment that is going to be a little scary, right? A little bit of stage fright or performance anxiety. When it comes time to perform, that we can execute, that we can do it, that we shut off the conscious mind that's worrying about everything and checking all the details and just, all over the place. Now that we just sort of shut it off. And we just trust that our body knows how to throw the strike every time, or that we know how to swing and hit the ball, home run, And that's the trust that has to take place here, because this is really a horse that is just taking off. The rocket boosters are fully activated, and we're holding on the reins, and we've got to be part of that. The horse and the rider have to be one. Okay? And then, of course, you're being told when this actually takes place for you, if it hasn't already. When it does, or as you continue along this path, you have to be calm. Stay peaceful. Don't worry about things, right? Rest assured. The Two of Swords. It's kind of saying that there's really no way to take the arrow back. So you just kind of close your eyes and you trust it, that it's going to hit the target, And it's kind of like, imagine that you've done something like you've shot an arrow, or you've thrown the Hail Mary pass, and then you shut your eyes. And you're just sort of calm, because the receiver's either going to catch it or not, all right? And so you close your eyes. It's almost as if you're just so sure of the outcome, right, that you don't need to watch and bite your nails and be nervous. Or it's that you're not so worried about the outcome. Maybe they'll catch it, maybe they won't. There's nothing I can do about it now, so I'm just going to close my eyes and relax. I don't think I've ever seen a quarterback do that, although I'm not really a sports guy. I'm sure there are some great moments in sports where we kind of see somebody that throws that Hail Mary pass and then just kind of sits on the grass and just rests, takes a nap, right? Starts checking their phone or something. It's just kind of a nonchalance, It's not getting worked up and worried because there's nothing we can do now. You've thrown that Hail Mary pass, you've made that big decision, you've made that big announcement, or you've said the words that you needed to say. The plan is in motion. The arrow is loosed. Now all we can do is let it unfold the way it's going to unfold. Do the work that we've committed ourselves to, whatever that means for you. And now we can talk about the path of the serpent. Of course, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and it supports the channel, and I really do appreciate you. All right. The lust or strength card, right? Your general energy is confidence. And this is someone that is so confident that they're just kind of, it's almost as if they're aloof. They're sort of disengaged, not quite disengaged, but I think that, with the head thrown back, not even paying attention, see that figure, but still reaching up into the universe, reaching up into the heavens and pulling down that spiritual energy. It's kind of a confidence, it's the stature, it's this grandeur that says, yeah, I can just pluck a star out of the night sky and put it in my pocket. No big deal, right? We don't want this to become arrogance or hubris or anything like that, but we need this kind of confidence. We need to be able to chuck that Hail Mary and trust in our bodies, trust in our actions, trust that we've done the work, we've prepared, and that we've done the best thing we can, and rest assured that we can't pull that football back. And then, this is that confidence that we have going into this thing where we're not fearing. We have, my daughter, when she was like 2 and 3 years old, she got scared doing a lot of things. Like we'd go out and we'd have these adventures, or we'd have her in classes, or she'd be like, Dad, I'm kind of scared. I said, well, that's good. It's good that you feel that, and that being scared is the perfect opportunity for us to be brave. And maybe it was scared, going when we first had her in preschool. She said, I'm scared to go to preschool. I said, I know. I said, that's good, though. It's good that you're scared, because it means that you're aware of yourself, that you're aware that you're doing something really significant in your life. You're doing big things, You're doing something you've never done before. And that's going to make you scared. Everybody gets scared, right? But being scared is that moment, that opportunity that we have, that the universe provides us, an opportunity to be brave. So we can't really have one without the other, right? And sometimes those people that are very arrogant and there's this hubris about them, it's because they're very, very scared. So they're trying very, very hard to be brave. I have to be more brave than I am scared, otherwise my feet won't work, And so sometimes we have to exaggerate our courage, And I think that is, I think we see that in other people sometimes, right? We think of those people that are very cocky or arrogant, And I think sometimes it's masking a deeper fear of some kind, but I don't know. Just my thoughts anyway. But I think your general energy is one of real confidence that, yeah, I'm scared. I don't know what's going to result from this, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to have confidence. And I'm going to throw that Hail Mary pass. I'm going to have that conversation. I'm going to go ask the boss for a raise. I'm going to take this other advantage, this other opportunity over here. I'm going to quit my job here. I'm going to, whatever it is, I don't know. I don't know what you're doing. But you're going into it trying to be as brave as possible. Okay. And this is really us trying to control our sort of, our temperament, trying to control our passions, trying to control our appetites, trying to control our fear, right? In a very interesting way, it's sort of related to our horse and rider. Yeah. And it's sort of, I know this is an Aries energy, this is a Leo energy. And it's kind of like the Aries energy starts off on this path. It's the cardinal fire. We start charging forth and we're one unit. Horse and rider are together as one, right? And then the Leo energy is a more fixed fire energy. It's more sustained. Now we're sort of getting comfortable. We're getting used to it. We're saying, gosh, yeah, I got this. This is nothing. I can do this, right? And that's good energy to have. But we also need the mindfulness that says, okay, I don't want to be so aloof, or I don't want to become too prideful or too arrogant that I end up making a stupid mistake, So every card has light and shadow. We got to be careful with that. But we need this courage. You need to believe in yourself. You need to believe that this is going to work. Almost to the point where you're a little bit arrogant, but not quite, okay? And then, of course, our next card is the Sun card. And that is really the true enlightenment, the true clarity. Maybe a little bit with the Lust card, we're just putting on the airs of confidence because we need to, because we're a little scared. But These two cards in the Dove and Serpent spread are infinitely connected. Infinitely and intimately, right? What's inside of you deep down and what you're experiencing out in the world. Your relationships, right? There's clarity. There's light. Nothing is hidden from you. You are this sun down here in the moon card. As soon as you enter into this realm, it's going to be lit up. Nothing is going to be hidden from you. Nothing's going to be so uncertain, right? So this is that infinite moment of consciousness, of illumination. I'm here right now and I can see what's going on right now. I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring, but I have clarity right now. I know what's going on right now. This is when the sun rises and you say, the sun's rising right now. I don't know if it's going to rise again tomorrow, probably, but I don't know for sure. I don't even care. It right now is happening. That infinite moment, right? And the infinite moment is us being this illuminating sun. Okay? You don't know what tomorrow will bring. Even yesterday is sort of a dim memory. All we have is what we're perceiving right now. And I don't want to get into the philosophy of it or even really the physics of it, because what I'm experiencing now may not be reality. And it takes my nervous system a split second to process everything that I'm perceiving, all the impressions coming in. So, that sort of thing aside, this is the infinite moment. This is all we have, is the here and now. Okay? And I think that this is the realization that you've made the right decision. Come what may, tomorrow may not be as joyful as today is. That's fine. Tomorrow's tomorrow. Right now, there is clarity. Right now, you are getting a confirmation that you've made the right decision. Okay? This is the card of your relationships, the card of your environment. Okay? And right now, there is confidence and clarity that this is working, that this is a success, that this is the joyous, the most enjoyable and joyous moment in your life. This is a real miracle. It's happening right now. We don't know about tomorrow. And I think the miracle really is partly, I think, the confidence, that feeling of, oh my God, this is working. It's the confidence that they're going to catch this pass. This is a beautiful moment. My Hail Mary is paying off, and this is going to be spectacular, right? The Sun card is a card of success. The Sun card is a card of wealth and of clarity, of pride. The realization things are working out the way you wanted them to. But I think it's also the miracle of the moment, the miracle of us just being able to be here right now and be conscious, because again, the Sun card reminds us that everything else in the universe is dark. There is no light. We are the light. We are at the very cutting edge, the very outer rim of consciousness, right? And so every moment we have, this eternal here and now, we are this radiant light that is traveling through this infinite darkness. And everywhere that we are is light. We're bringing light, our light of consciousness. Otherwise, it's just infinite darkness, right? And it's kind of, it feels much larger in scale when we think of it that way, when we feel it that way, But in a very practical sense, your Sun card in the environment, I think that you're getting a strong confirmation. There are things that are going to happen around you with other people, other interactions, with your environment. Things are going to happen that are going to reinforce the fact that you made the right choice. It's going to help you with your peace of mind, because you're going to make a decision, let's say, and then in a couple days something will happen. You'll be like, oh, yeah, I made the right decision on that one, didn't I? Right? Whether it's a decision to leave something or a decision to approach something, to engage with something, to accept something, to join with something. You make an investment of time, of energy, or of money and it's risky business. But in a couple days, the stock goes up. You think, oh yeah, I know, I made the right decision. Yeah, we're starting to get those confirmations, right? We realize that our investment of time, money, energy, right, our awareness, our consciousness, our light, our presence, right, is paying off. Yeah. And so as the days go by, you continue doing this, and you're going to see that there are benefits happening. There is a return on that investment. Okay. You've made the right decision concerning your investments. Again, not necessarily money. I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that. Your time, energy, and money. Those investments, you've made the right decision. Okay. Now, with the Libra energy here, I do kind of feel that there's something about relationships or partnerships. We have 3, 4 court cards. So I feel like it does have to do with your involvement with some other people. Okay. Whether it's family decisions, relationship decisions, work decisions, coworkers, friends, there is some kind of a professional aspect to it. It's almost as if we're doing something kind of in an official way. We're officially breaking up, or we're officially a couple now, right? It's something that's kind of like, not that there's a contract or anything like that, but it's something that involves a partnership or a relationship that's kind of like making it official. Does that make sense to you? It doesn't have to be romance. And I kind of feel that it probably isn't romance. But it is that kind of making it official feeling. Okay. But again, it could be the splitting up, the dissolving of that official status too. Okay. I feel like with this card too, this is the equilibrium. This is kind of that balance that we need that says, I've done all of the preparation. I've done all of the planning. Okay? And now I just have to sort of balance I have to balance the air energy with the fire and earth energy. All the planning, all the preparation, the mental aspect of it now just really needs to give way to the physical efforts, the work itself. Okay? And so we're striving for this balance, and we are with the adjustment card, right? This card is usually about justice, right? So it's kind of like it has that kind of almost legal feeling to it. But as this card is called adjustment in the Thoth Tarot, this seems to be our ability to it's your difficulty, right? It's the obstacle card. It's the river that we have to cross. And I think it is you staying out of it. I think it is you not tinkering with things, not trying to make concessions, not making it a negotiation again, not acquiescing to anything, not compromising on anything. We see the scales are balanced, the sword is firmly grasped, and I can't talk this morning. And it's almost as if we are not budging. We are not going to give a little bit, take a little bit. We're not going to compromise. We're not going to, it's not a negotiation. Your decision is kind of like, with this card, it's saying this decision is final. This is your judgment, in a way, right? It's your final decision, your final answer. And so there's no coming back to the table and be like, well, what if I did this? And could we try again? Or what if it's this way? No, and this is also you not going to the table and saying, you know what, can I make a little change? No, you filed the paperwork already. That ship has sailed. The football is already in the air. You can't now say, oh, I need to just kind of make a couple changes, or I think I made a mistake, or maybe I should ask for a little bit more, or if the other person or other party is coming at you and saying, can we talk about this? What if I were to do this, 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 and this? Then can it happen? No. You've made the decision. So you're not considering any more evidence. Case closed, right? That's what I feel with this. And this is the obstacle, because I feel like you're the kind of person that you're going to want to listen to what else they have to say. Or you're going to feel like, well, maybe I can make some changes. Maybe I can just make some little adjustments. No, it's kind of, there's no more evidence to be weighed. The case is closed, and it's just now, it's out of our hands, okay? What we see with the Queen of Cups here is an assessment of the past, for one thing. I think this is an appreciation of the past. This is a recognition of all of the work that you've done that's led up to this. And I think it really is a satisfaction that you've done the right thing. And this is a real depth of feeling here. This is kind of like when you get these confirmations that you did the right thing, you're gonna allow yourself, you're gonna need to allow yourself to feel all of the feelings, right? Because look, we don't have any other water cards. You're not getting emotional about this. You stayed rational, you've planned it, you know what you're doing, you're getting confirmations, case is closed, right? You've already weighed the evidence, case is closed. And now this is just kind of like, now you can freak out. Now you can have those emotions, right? Now you can cry, you can jump for joy, and you can go through all of those emotions, right? Get back in touch with your feelings. This seems like a situation where you kind of had to like, put your feelings aside, go do the thing, right? Because you don't want your emotions to get the better of you while you're doing this. You know, and then you throw the Hail Mary pass. You weigh the evidence. Case is closed. The ball is in the air. Okay, now you can feel all your emotions. And this is a card of lifting the veil. It's saying you have to honor how you feel. You have to allow yourself to feel all these things. If this is you deciding to break up with something or leave a job or something, you're trying to do it in this very professional or even stoic way. But you got to let the water back in. Okay, and this is kind of like when you're trying to negotiate something very prosperous for you. You're trying to make a decision about your investment, right? That you have to do it in this very professional and business-like way. There's no room here for the emotions, right? It feels like this is business, you know. And once you do that, and once everything is sort of in motion, you've got to let yourself feel what those feelings are. Whether it's joy or sadness, sorrow, whether it's jubilation, whether it's hope, whether it's relief, right? You've got to lift the veil and you've got to bring these emotions back. Because without this card, this is a very almost dry energy, okay? It's very, very intellectual. It's very active, right? It's very stoic here. Especially ending with this card. It's kind of saying, you know, and I'm using the kind of the courtroom sort of analogy, but it doesn't have to be a legal thing. I don't think that it is really. It might be, though. It might actually be. We don't want to be swayed by emotions. We don't want our emotions to come out. We don't want to let others' emotions in right now. This is something where you've made up your mind. You're making the decision. You're following through. You don't want to be so open and vulnerable emotionally, right? But after everything is said and done, after the case is closed, then we feel how we feel, and this is very important. Okay, we've got to allow this back in. Let's look at our mystery card. I kind of want to see more water energy. I want to see that water's flowing now. I want to see very joyous water. I want to see like a 3, a 6, or a 9 of cups. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. Let's see. 10 of wands. We're not there yet. There is still all of this follow through that needs to take place. Okay. So this is like, this is your burden to carry. This is your work to be done. Okay. This is a lot of weight on your shoulders. And I think that there's a lot more road ahead of you. That this is the decision, but then the 10 is the 10 is the sort of the steps that we need to take to follow through with this. Okay? You've made the decision, you've put something in motion, and now we've got the builder that has to do the building, that has to make the thing and work with this decision, execute the plan, right? And then we've got this 10 of Wands. It even feels as if this might be you taking all this responsibility onto yourself. Okay? And maybe this is a decision that you're making to really do this really big endeavor, this really huge task, and maybe do it on your own, right? I don't want to sort of be biased here, but I kind of feel as if you're breaking away from something or someone, and you're taking all the responsibility, all the burden on yourself for your life moving forward into the future. So I feel that this is a decision to go your own way. Yeah. To go your own way. This is a card that says you can handle it, right? That you've got all the weight, you're carrying all those sticks, right? But you know where you're going. You're not worried about it. You're not, your head is down, you're just doing your work. You're not looking around thinking, where am I going? Why did I do this? No, your head is down and you're doing the work. Yeah. I think this is a great confirmation. Now we're going to do an extended reading too. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top, there's a link down below. New readings for Sagittarius Wednesdays and Sundays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. Doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.